Now, don't you just hate it when a giant alien structure blocks your view of the sun and then has the absolute audacity to teleport you and your crew across space and time to a mysterious, hostile extrasolar planet? Yeah, me too. Scars Above is the personification of that feeling. It is a challenging sci-fi third-person action-adventure shooter being developed by Serbian studio Madhead Games that intertwines challenging combat mechanics with elemental combos and environmental hazards that brings it all together into this high-risk, high-reward playstyle with a big helping of compelling and intricate story set to the background of this mysterious and dangerous alien world that you have just woken up on. It is time for you to unravel its mysteries and try to get back home. Scars Above is a reasonably priced game at $34.99 and is coming to PC, PlayStation and Xbox. Make sure and click on the link in this video's description if you want to check the game out, and a huge thank you to Plyon for sponsoring this video and allowing me to get an early hands-on with Scars Above. So Scars Above is a single-player narrative story where you take control of Dr. Kate Ward, a member of a scientific response team that gets warped across the known universe while attempting to examine a mysterious, colossal alien structure called the Metahedron, which shows up in Earth's orbit. So she's a scientist/engineer, not a soldier, which helps in a huge way later on when you're trying to figure out some of those alien puzzles. Now, there is no map in Scars Above, there is no mini-map either, and pillars or save points will reset the world around you and respawn enemies after use while also replenishing your health and your ammo. They also serve as a respawn point should you die. So there is a very slight Souls-like element going on in there as well. This will encourage you to explore the map looking for clues to uncover secrets about the game's story. It also has important items that will help you on your journey of truth. There are nooks and crannies and hidden paths that hide away upgrades and mods for your elemental tools, or just being able to find resources and ammunition for your tools as well. The world also features puzzles set to a sci-fi backdrop, which requires you to think on your feet. Solving puzzles will reward you with information and lore about the world of Scars Above, while also opening pathways for you to continue on your journey. Not only that, you will earn ability points just by exploring. There are information cubes in a lot of hidden areas, and if you want to max both sides of Kate's skill tree, then finding these will be essential because it will make encounters slightly easier. And at times, some of those pathways won't be accessible. You will need to advance the story in order to find an item or complete a puzzle to open the pathway further. Now, Kate's skill tree will allow her to advance her knowledge of the elements of her tools, increase health regen, lower stamina consumption, or even help with energy levels for her gadgets. So you're going to want to level up her skill tree as soon as possible because Scars Above has some pretty wild boss fights later on. Now, Scars Above features a very interactive combat system that allows you to use Kate's tools, elemental attacks effectively with dispatching your enemies. Enemies are tough and they can be heavily armoured or highly aggressive amongst other things and may feel nigh unbeatable to begin with. However, they always have a weakness that if you learn to exploit, the fight becomes much easier, and a lot of the weak points tend to match the colour of your elemental tool that you should be using against it, so you can exploit your enemies' weaknesses to certain elements and take this a step further by combining your elements together for extra damage as well as some form of crowd control in certain cases. As an example, you can use your ice elemental tool to apply cold to your enemies, and once the meter fills up, they will be frozen solid. Now, if you switch to your electrical tool and attack the frozen enemy, they will take extra damage, and if you freeze them in a water pool, then they will shatter instantly. Or you could use the toxic tool and then switch to the fire tool to combine those elements for additional damage on enemies weak to that elemental type. Not just that, if it's raining, then enemies will get wet. This means the electrical tool will also deal increased damage. But the world itself can also be hazardous towards Kate. Infested pools of water, toxic clouds left by dead enemies, arctic winds that cause hypothermia if Kate doesn't stand in a warm zone, so it goes both ways. It is a very hazardous world. Now, this elemental combat system is really interesting because it opens up a diverse range of attacks and combinations, allowing you to be as creative as you want to be with clearing up your enemies. Some of the combinations are rather spectacular to say the least. Now, the game also combines an incredibly well crafted world with the combat system of Scars Above. Exploiting the weaknesses of your enemies is one playstyle, but you can also take advantage, like I said, of the environment to help you defeat those foes. There are many features and hazards within the world of Scars Above that can be used during the course of your fights. For example, like I said, you can lure enemies into a frozen ice pool and then melt it, which will then instantly freeze them. You can drop stalactites on top of enemies' heads. You can lure them into the water and then zap them with electricity to deal increased damage, or lure them to an exploding orb and wipe out a large group of enemies. Now, while having knowledge of Kate's tools is great, the ability to survive the harshest conditions will always be your bread and butter to surviving in the world of Scars Above. As they say, a good defense is a good offense, and in this case it's very potent advice. Kate is not a soldier, like I said. She is a scientist first and foremost, and thus not designed to take many hits. So take advantage of dodging out of the way of enemy attacks to avoid getting hit. However, spamming dodges will consume your stamina, so if you run out of stamina, you're a sitting duck. At that point, your enemies will not hesitate to remind you by slapping you purple and making you respawn at one of those pillars. So use your dodges tactically. Another thing of note is that stamina regenerates a lot slower during combat as it does outside of it, so now it becomes a resource for you to wisely manage during the heat of battle as well. Scars Above is a very pretty game. The environments bring a sense of wonder and also creepiness to a futuristic sci-fi world. Some of the visuals are beautiful, others will give you a sense of dread. Walking through a lovely meadow 1 minute, and then the next zone you're walking through this fleshy tunnel that is alive and pulsing. So there is a wide variety of zones for you to walk through. As mentioned already, activating those pillars is very important. These pillars, once activated, allow you to reset the current game state, which means it will respawn all enemies outside of bosses, but it will also heal you and replenish your ammo and your resources. Should you fall in battle, you will return to the last pillar that you activated, so make sure that you touch all of the pillars that you come across regularly to save progress, like bonfires in Souls-like games, because if you progress far and then forget to interact with a pillar and then die, then you're going to spawn much further back and have to make all of that progress all over again. And the game also features a crafting system allowing you to harness resources that you gather during your course of your journey that will allow you to unlock gadgets. All gadgets will share the same energy source, a battery power, which means you cannot spam all of your gadgets at once and you must utilize them tactically, so use them wisely. You can swap out gadgets as need be, and these can range from being shields for Kate and decoys that can assist you in battle, or damage enhancing gadgets like liquids that you can throw on the ground and then set on fire to wipe out large groups of enemies. They can even slow down time in a bubble or allow you to freeze time and reappear behind an enemy to take advantage of a weak spot. So in order to combat the Metahedron and whatever the strange entity is that has dragged Kate and her crew all the way across the galaxy or universe to this extra solar planet, you're going to have to remember the fundamentals of Scars Above. You're going to have to explore absolutely everything. You're going to have to combine your elements on Kate's tools to increase her damage output, interact with environmental hazards to make fights a little bit easier, touch all of the pillars to keep your progress, find all of the lore to learn more about the story, solve all of the puzzles, which will also help you advance the story, and then hopefully find a way back home for Kate and her crew. But I think I've told you enough about the game. Scars Above has a lot to offer. Make sure and check the link in this video's description. The game is out today on PlayStation, PC, and of course Xbox. And check the game out. Have a great day, have a great week, and as always, thanks for watching.